I am a Noah Ohlsen fan because I think he's genuinely a nice human being. I really do. But I don't think he's natural.
Okay. And if you want my first take on that, I don't think he is either. You gotta lean back.
Don't have your wife kill me.
A little bit. That was one.
Yes. Do not have your wife kill me, because I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna kill me. And then you put that on there. I was like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing.
No, it's cool. She's all about it. She loves it.
She loved it? Okay, good.
Oh yeah. I think she goes to bed before I do most nights, and then I meet her upstairs and I kind of wait for the dogs to come in. And I remember I opened TikTok and I clicked on the button. I never click on the button, which shows you kind of mentions and whatnot. And I open it up and I go, who's this guy? And it's like, I'm Brandon, average gay CrossFitter. Just watched this video from Hillers. You're getting kind of boring. I'm like, oh, what do you mean?
Can you cuss on here?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Weird.
All right, Brandon Reed. Brandon Reed, right?
Brandon Reed, you got me.
What is your tag? You start off every single TikTok with it.
Tales from an average gay CrossFitter.
I know. I love that. It's incredibly catchy. And you said something in your most recent TikTok, and it was along the lines of, you really let your gayness show.
Yeah.
And I go, well, he starts off every video stating it, so I don't really think he cares too much.
I don't. That was actually my gym friends. They're like, you really just let your gayness show through. And I'm like, did you expect anything different? Yeah.
So you put up a couple of things about what you state by average. And this is why I wanted to have you on, because it's actually one of the biggest things that I'm critical of with HQ is I don't think that they look or have the wherewithal to look at what the average individual wants to see. And you're incredibly open about it, just about as open as I am. And I go, this could be great. Along with the fact that in, again, that most recent TikTok, you go, I have notes over here. You can do analytics, but you like to talk about people and you don't care about semantics. Then you said it was boring.
You were starting to get a little boring. You were.
Name them. Which ones?
The ones where you had all those people on, like that one guy who like does all the analytics. Yeah, that stuff to us, like we're just like, like that's great. We don't care.
Call me out. I'm always telling people if people don't call out one another, how do you ever know what you need to do better? You don't.
I mean, you're doing all right, pretty good, but I just thought it was funny because you come for people, so I like to come for people too.
Have I changed it up since? Has it gotten better?
Yeah, the next one was good. The Natty or Not one was good. I don't know. I mean, I felt bad. The family members were all jumping in the comments, so I was like, they're big mad. But you know, whatever. I mean, if you become big in this sport, you're gonna get called out. If you don't, well, you know.
Unless I come after Matt. That's your guy.
You do not come for Matt. Nobody comes for Matt. No.
That's the whole shrine. This is it right behind you.
That's pretty much the whole shrine. That I added this little thing. I just threw that in there today. And it's a little bag I wear out. Oh, hold on. I wear out.
Okay. And in another one of your videos, you wanted Haley Adams to DM you.
I actually did, and I actually have that in my notes. She never responded, and I love Haley Adams. I think me and her would be great friends. I have some opinions about what's going on.
What you got?
I don't know. You know, I think she's being X'd out. X'd out, like you're done.
Well, do you follow her on Instagram? Because she's
she's like, you know, she's going through stuff. I get it, but like,
well, let's hear your take on it.
I mean, I'm not the biggest Froning fan. I know that's going to piss off a lot of people because people think Froning's like amazing. I just think he's really cocky.
Is that what you think? You think?
I just think it's this weird, like, just from watching his videos, this weird, like, power construct that he's set up where it's like, I'm the boss and everybody has to do what I say. And, like, if you don't, you're done. And I'm just like, those people, I'm just like, okay.
Fraser's got his entire thing right now, right?
Yeah, and look who's at the top. You know, his athletes. So
okay. So you're saying that Mayhem doesn't have any elite level athletes over there?
No, they have tons of elite level athletes,
but not as good as
how many were on the podium last year individually? How many were for HWPL? One.
Just Mal.
Yeah, just Mal.
Hopper's cool. I'm kind of rooting for Hopper.
I love Jason Hopper. I think he has good things.
Just made 290. Hopper, it's gonna get it. 305 to beat the buzzer.
I don't think he's ever going to make the podium, but that's just my opinion. But if Fraser does see this, I will go to Vermont at any time, and I will train just for one minute of training. I'll leave. I swear.
Perfect.
Now you can hit me up too.
Mel, she's gonna win.
Oh yeah, hands down. There's not even a question.
Is that what you think? You think?
Who takes second?
I want to say Danielle Brandon for some reason. I really, really do. I'm a huge fan of Danielle Brandon. I think she's very similar to me. She don't give two shits
Hell yeah.
about what people think about her, and that's what makes me love her. But I think it's going to be Laura Horvath and then Danielle Brandon or Brooke Wells.
No!
I really have a feeling about Brooke Wells going second this year.
Idiot.
I like to be the contrarian, where I don't want Laura to finish second just because people think that she could actually finish first. And if Elle doesn't finish first, well, she's definitely second. No, I don't want to give you second. How about Brooke Wells?
It's so simple.
You know, if Laura Horvath could just get her handstand push-ups down, she could get it. But you know what? For as much as people say about that, she still got second. What, she got third last year, right? She got third, yeah, because the year before that was Andy Thor's daughter. They got third, right?
You're good. You haven't been in the space long, you said, right?
Yeah, I started doing CrossFit in 2017. I have my L1 and all that. Huh?
What made you start as the average?
I knew you were going to ask me that. So I actually, a friend of mine was saying he was doing CrossFit. And I didn't know what that was. And I played soccer when I was like younger. So he took me to this gym and the WOD, I don't remember what it was, like running, like pull-ups and like lunges. And it was like the heaviest work I've ever done. I was like, oh my God, I love this. And I like high adrenaline stuff. But I didn't like the gym though.
What was the issue with the gym?
The culture, I didn't like it. I don't think they were too keen on having this like openly loud, obnoxious gay guy, at their gym who didn't know the movements yet. You know how gyms are. If you don't come in there like with some like baseline
that's not cool, in my opinion.
It's not, but that's the culture. I'm not going to lie. I've been to a lot of gyms, at least here in St. Louis, and I can tell you that they give you way more attention or way more if you know what the hell you're doing versus dropping. But that's just whatever. I mean, I don't know if it's cool or not, but I mean, it is what it is. I know you want people to do better, and I coach too, right? I coach at my gym. Shout out to CrossFit Level. They're going to kill me if I don't do this here in St. Louis and Health and Performance Center. And my coaches, Antoinette Doty and Jared Van Dam, because they're going to be really mad if I don't say anything. Okay. I think when I was coaching, everybody has their favorite athletes, and I'm not going to sit here in front and say that I didn't give more attention to some people than I did to others. That's probably a terrible thing to say, but you know what? I'm an honest individual, and, I definitely enjoyed when people came in and knew what they were doing and they had a competitive nature to them. And, it was fun to watch them work out. Right. But there was also the other side of me that really liked seeing people getting healthy. That was really fun watching people start from on-ramping to a point where they're like actually able to do a pull-up, like a strict pull-up, all that. Those are fun moments to watch. I don't coach anymore, but yeah, those were cool moments.
What made you stop coaching?
Graduate school.
Gotcha.
I had to make some choices, and that was
so. That entire you kind of bounced that off of the everybody love everybody. Was the part in there about how you had people that you kind of favored coaching over others? The part right there that you preferred.
Yeah, I preferred coaching people who were. I like watching people work out. That's why I watch CrossFit, right? Like that's so people who know the movements, that's fun to watch. Those are the fun people to coach, right? Because you can like tell them like, or seeing somebody like they almost have their first ring muscle up, kind of like communicating that with them, like helping them get it, like that's really cool, right? But I'm not competitive. I've tried competitions. I hate competitions.
You just did. You were sitting on a rower.
So that was me just literally sitting on a rower. But okay, we were talking about something really good. I don't think Tia's going to come back.
No,
I don't. First of all, unless she pulls an Annie Thor's daughter type of move out of nowhere, but I think it would be dumb for her to come back.
I think it would just be one of the best stories in her.
It would be a great storyline. Yes, I would agree.
I don't think she can win or what?
Oh, I'm sure she could win. There's no doubt she could win. What if she doesn't? That's the big ultimate.
She was pregnant. She took a year off.
That's fine, but what if she comes back and doesn't win?
She'll try again next year. Were you going to say something about Froning right there?
I did. I said I think that's why he's not going to compete this year individually.
You think he's scared?
I do. Who won the semifinals? I mean the quarterfinals.
Mr. Scott Panchik.
Correct.
Who had a damn good showing at the games pretty recently.
I don't think Froning can take that type of hit to his brand.
Woo! Because he's just the greatest of all time. He's won 10 in a row, whether it's more individual. He can't do that.
No, that'd be a huge hit to his brand. I wouldn't do it. I watch his podcast too, because I like to watch people,
Did he say something?
No, I mean, it just made sense. I mean, that's why. I mean, Fraser doesn't want to compete, and he won't do workouts with his athletes because he has a brand to uphold.
Well, and his leg is all busted up right now. Had it ripped off by some female jiu-jitsu chick.
You know who he left out of the equation? Katrin.
I really wanted to get on the Katrin train this year, but I really, if anybody could win and it would have been feasible and you could see it happening, I would have gotten right on the Katrin train. But I don't think it's looking that way.
So much. I just think she is just such a nice person, and she's doing it for the right reasons.
What makes you
Comptrain? Thank you, Jesus, for leaving Comptrain.
You're not a Comptrain fan either, huh?
No, it was 2012, 2014.
Well, you weren't even around then.
I wasn't, but I know my history, and no. And Fraser was with him. If Fraser doesn't like him, he won the games that year, and he put what's his name in front. Like he hyped the big tall guy,
Cole Sager.
Cole Sager, yeah, he hyped him up as like, oh, he tried, and Fraser was like, what the hell? And
Cole Sager is one of my least favorite athletes. I don't have many people but there's just something about Cole Sager.
I think he's genuinely nice. Is
that what you think? You think?
Are you jealous?
How come? Yeah, I like that he can pull off the bald look, and I can't do it. I shaved my head once, and I was like, I hope I keep my hair as long as possible.
That's ridiculous.
He's going to the bald head.
Why do you hate Cole Sager out of all people? He's like the nicest.
God, I think it might be because he played football, and he's not that strong.
Did you play football?
No, but if I did, I think I'd be much stronger.
What sports did you play?
I was a wrestler and a swimmer.
So that brings me to my point.
Let's hear it.
Let's talk about your regional experience. I know you always bring that up. That was like 17, 16, 17?
Yeah,
Tell me about it. What were you doing and why did you stop competing?
Well, my elbow went out and I no longer thought that I could compete with anybody. Well, here's the thing. It was like I was 30 and now I'm 31 and I could keep on beating my head into the wall, but it was time to move on with life.
Was that hard for you?
It was hard. It would have been harder at the ages of 28, 29, and 30, and the elbow injury made it easy for me.
Really? That way you have a scapegoat?
Sorry?
Could almost like a scapegoat out of it emotionally?
It was...
I'm a social worker, by the way, so that's what I do.
You're a social worker?
Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay, cool. Let me have it. I think it was 2021. I finished in the semifinals, and it's almost the origin story. I was doing thrusters. I was doing them right over there, and I got a handful of no reps on Friendly Friend. And then later that night, they were replaying the footage of the people who had finished the best on that workout because it was during COVID. And it was Frederick Gidius and a couple of other athletes. Thrusters looked super similar to my thrusters, where the barbell was out in front of their midline, their elbows weren't locking out. And I go, how come I got a penalty and they didn't? It was kind of a downward spiral into that year where I go, okay, am I going to try again? And then I had a couple of buddies ask if I wanted to go team with them, and I was going to do that with my fiance. And then the elbow started to click up. And I was
never see your fiance, by the way. I feel some type of way about that too. Where does she do? Why is she supportive of all this?
Yeah. Thank God she has her own business because that keeps her incredibly occupied. I mean, I'm in here a lot, putting all this stuff together and doing what I do with the internet CrossFit world. But she's in Clarendon Hills in Illinois, and she's got her business up and running. She's busy all day.
But I did want to ask you a question about how do you feel about Nick Mathews?
I met Nick at 2019 Wadapalooza. Him and I competed against one another.
Why? Because I've been following him for years on Instagram before he was like a games athlete. Okay. And last year, he had his big showing at the game. And I was like, oh my God, that's the dude I've been following for like ever. And like, so he's doing really well. So say hi to him. I hope he does really well this year. And tell him to keep wearing cutoffs.
Brandon Reed, the average gay CrossFitter, is a fan of Nick Mathew in the cutoff.
I did message him on Instagram once, and he did reply back. So
he's a good dude. He's cool. The story that I've got in Nick was we were competing at Wadapalooza, and day 3, Sunday, comes up, and we had an event at something like 10. And I think I woke up at 7 a.m. that day, checked the schedule, and they had switched the event to 8:45, and he just missed it. I messaged my dude, we're going soon. He goes, well, I'm drinking coffee, so I'm just not going to do it.
I like that type of personality. You know, he doesn't care. But he did his crossovers last year. I was like, oh, look at this dude. He's going to be good. I put him in the top 5. Yeah, I want to put him in top 5.
Oh, really?
Because
showing bias, dude.
I'm a little biased. but I feel like he can. So
Top
we haven't
five?
talked about the males, though.
Hit it. Yeah. Who's your top 3? So Medeiros is going to win.
I guess. Yeah, Medeiros is going to win. I want to put – who's that younger kid? Dalin Pepper. I think Dalin Pepper.
Ooh, that's a good call.
I think he's somebody to watch out for.
I think he can totally go top 10. I look at things on a spectrum. Like he can go top 10. I say it's maybe 75% plausible. And then top 5, it's like 25%. Podium, 10%, which is pretty good if you ask me.
Good. Yeah.
I like that pick.
Who are you thinking?
Medeiros is going to win. And I wanted to ask you, what happens when he gets 6 wins in a row? What happens to your boy Fraser on the wall back there?
Okay, well, he's not. Let's just put that.
He's not getting 6?
No.
Because Dalin's he's gonna mature a little bit more and take him down.
Well, the male side's not as fun to watch.
The men's side isn't fun to watch.
It's not. Because it's not the women's side has a more competitive edge, I think, to it, and it's more fun to watch from just an average CrossFitter, okay? Because with the men, it's like, okay, they're gonna lift heavy weights, they can do all the stuff, like it's like not that exciting. Oh, and then I'll talk about Noah Ohlsen here in a second. Don't make me forget about
I won't let you forget about Noah.
Yeah, but I feel like it's just not as exciting. It's not as competitive because they're all kind of the same. Top 10, it's just a matter of who places when, where. There's no huge difference. Unlike Fraser, who would destroy people in workouts by like a whole minute, you know.
So it was more exciting when he was around.
Towards the end, it got not as exciting because you knew he was going to win everything.
You like the possible play.
There has to be a point of where like, oh, is this going to happen? Is this not going to happen?
Well, how about when Tia was dominating everybody? Did that make the women less enjoyable?
Kind of.
I knew I'd like you because at least your thoughts are streamlined. I was like, I'm going to beat him up here if he says that it was. Oh no, the women were fun. I'm like, then you did.
No. I'm very no. Okay, we're very, very similar, Hiller. I talk just as much crap as you do. Are you going to the games this year?
Yeah, I'll go. It's in Madison, and I'm so close. Then we got to dish out the grand for the freaking seats in the Coliseum. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't go. Well, my friend, actually my ex, is cousins with who's the guy that broke his back? He did it. No, he broke his back at a competition.
I know that name. Bogar.
Yes, him. That's his cousin. And so that was my last partner. That's how I found him because he was had a picture doing CrossFit on Grindr. Don't get on Grindr though, people. By the way, I am taking applications for competitive athlete to be my boyfriend. I am single, so nice. I'm open. You can I'll put my hand.
I knew you had an angle on this,
huh?
I knew you had an angle on this.
There's no angle on this. I'm talking to Hiller. Are you kidding me?
By the way, I'm taking applications.
Well, I mean, like, look. You're married. I'm trying to get married too. Okay. Yeah. And I have certain conditions. They have to do CrossFit. They have to be somewhat decent. Like they have to get past the open.
Okay.
And I like yeah, there's certain conditions, you know, preferably a police officer.
A recurring subscription? Do they have to be through the open every single year or just when you meet them?
You know, they have to like do CrossFit. Like they have to know, they have to snatch at least like 185. Like I have conditions.
That's a decent snatch, dude. What do you snatch?
We don't need to talk about what I snatch. What snatches I've ever snatched on my best day, and I'm 140 pounds. So I snatched 135, but I have a bad shoulder. It doesn't like this. It doesn't externally go the best. Okay. But I can clean 205.
Okay.
But I'm more of a gymnastics person. Let's just be honest. Like I'm a handstand.
So maybe you're gonna find someone out there who goes, all right, this guy's got to do at least 5 unbroken ring muscle ups, and this guy can snatch 185.
Done. I can do that's fun. Done.
It's so interesting. In my world, it's like, hey, are you a boobs or a butt guy? And I go, both. Ideally, that'd be great. But if I had to choose,
traps,
you're a
trap and lats. Like if you have that and calves. If there aren't
just name 5 body parts, dude.
What?
Just name 5 different body parts.
Well, I mean, I have a certain look. They have to be short, between 5'7", 5'8", maybe 5'9". But
how tall are you?
5'7".
Okay.
Just so like a little. They have to be. I can't be taller than them. Well, I can be if they're like, you know. But you know, I like.
Fraser's 5'5", 5'6".
He's 5'6". Not 5'5".
Okay. Depends on the shoes he's wearing, no?
It doesn't matter. Look at him.
Okay. So you're saying if it looks like if Fraser was if like a Fraser twin walked in, it's a cool he's 5'5".
Yeah. 100%.
Is there a cutoff like a 5'3"?
You know what? If they have that body type, I'm an equal opportunity employer.
Cool. You put up a TikTok with this dude who's huge, and I think that this guy probably. I'm pulling it up. I'll show you. Let's see if you can see this.
Who did I put up?
At wall. This dude. Remember that dude?
Yes, I do remember that dude. He doesn't do CrossFit.
No, he's built, and he's got big traps though.
Natty or not?
Not. That's okay. It's probably better that way with your.
No.
He does 3 months.
I did PRT pillar. I did. I got up to 185. Yeah, it was the most emotionally exhausting experience of my life because I did not do it the right way. I was getting from like, huh?
What do you mean?
Well, like I started, I got them, through whatever ways I got them. And I started taking, I was like, okay, I'm just going to do 250 a week. Well, by the end of it, I was doing like 750. Like I was doing a crap ton by the end of the week. And
how old are you?
Huh?
How old are you right now?
I'll be.
Okay. I would have not guessed, dude.
And don't tell me. You're going to keep that out of the video because these applications might not come in if they hear
Done.
Yeah.
I'll just bleep it out.
Yeah, just bleep it out and put disclaimer.
Cool. I would have guessed you were in your mid-20s.
Hearing that from you, that just made my day.
That's bad. And then
moisturizing.
I had Alexis will love that.
Yeah.
All about that stuff.
Yeah, I got my lotion right here. It's not what you think, boy. It's right there.
Right.
That's over here.
The computer right next to the Fraser Shrine. It's not what you think.
No, I actually never done that to Fraser because I respect him so much.
Hey.
But hold on. We were talking about the podium, and it was very interesting. And we were talking about the men's side, and you said
we left off Pepper,
Dalin Pepper. Who do we have for third?
Krenikov's got to be up there.
Oh, definitely Krenikov. He's a mayhem athlete. So, what about the guy Gio? How do I say? I can never say his name right. Pete.
Dude, he's looked like dog year.
I think something like bad happened. Like he's had a rough year.
What do you mean?
Mayhem video where something happened, like maybe it was his family or something, and it's something like that where like his mind just wasn't there. I think I could have just been making all this up.
He looks good. I mean, I saw him at Wodapalooza. He looks like he's in the best shape he's ever been in, and then he just couldn't move.
Really?
Yeah, it was nuts.
I mean, he lifts beautifully. I couldn't believe how he snatched. That year I was like, look at this guy. All his snatches look exactly the same.
He's the guy beating the shuttle runs by walking it. And I don't think that bodes well for a game. No. The Open this year.
Oh, the burpee and the shuttle walks?
Yeah. I've got a couple of things I need to ask you over here.
Mm-hmm.
But what's up, Caitlin?
What?
Caitlin, that was your friend, right, Caitlin?
Yeah, I want to shout out to her. That's my homegirl. She's going to make the semi-suit next year.
You stated that you thought that the media team being laid off was one of the biggest mistakes CrossFit's ever made.
Worse.
Well, we should also really quickly say that happened during the Glassman era, and you think that that's just something that they could put everyone in their good graces with if they were to take it back, make some media, and you're probably thinking road to the games sort of stuff.
That's what I was thinking. Road to the game. Look, let me say this. When I found Road to the Game, so I did CrossFit that one day. And then obviously I became very entrenched with it and obsessed with it already, right? So I was looking for gyms, and I started finding all these documentaries, and they were just like one right after the other. And I was like, this is the drama of it. And it was just like, it was just so dramatic. I think I watched like Brooke Wells and like when Fraser was like
40-minute YouTube video. It was awesome.
It was awesome, right? It was like
not so because it got millions of views.
Millions. And then all of a sudden it ended. And I was just like, you don't understand how many people that got into the like wanting to do it. People are like, oh, we don't want people to think that that's what CrossFit's like. We didn't think that. Nobody. Yeah, it got me to start because I wanted to try and see if I just wanted to look like these people. I wanted to do butterfly pull-ups. That's the only thing I wanted to learn how to do.
That's what it does for people like you. It just makes you want to go in and do athletic sorts of stuff. And Alexis, we just watched every episode of Green Arrow, which was a task. Which is also why I plugged in a handful of my videos recently. Green Arrow, Oliver Green, the person that I put into the Open and all that. But she said right in the beginning of it, she goes, oh, I started doing CrossFit right around the time that I started watching Green Arrow in 2014, sorry. And what he's doing in Green Arrow is a handful of CrossFit stuff. I mean, he's doing the salmon ladder, but everything he's doing is using his body. And she goes, I want to use my body. What can I do? And it was CrossFit that got her in. And it's what those things did for everybody, for you, for, I don't know, millions of people.
Everybody. Now there's nothing. Like, if you want to do CrossFit, we're like, I'm like, I don't know how to explain to her. Like, everybody keeps telling me every time I'm like, I want to work out. I'm like, come to my gym. They're like, no, I'm not ready for CrossFit. And I'm like, you don't understand. Everybody's ready for CrossFit. Like, it doesn't matter. Right?
It doesn't matter.
Now it's just like, first of all, I don't even know who.
What's up, Fraser?
Yeah. What's up, Fraser? Every time you say his name, he's like, comes over here. But who even owns CrossFit, right?
Some group.
That's weird.
There's some company that gave money or used this company to hold it, so they don't know who actually owns it, from what I understand.
That's weird.
It's weird.
Heavy owner and someone, yes. Did I agree with everything he said? No. Did I agree with like his mouth? No. But
now we're talking about him and not agreeing with stuff. How did you feel about his entire tweet? Were you around during that? Did you care?
I saw the tweet that day.
Did you have like ebbs and flows about how you felt about it?
I didn't think it was as big of the deal it needed to be. It was during woke season, I call it. And it was woke season, so everybody was like, whoa. You know, like, yeah, like I think it was about Eric Gardner, I want to say. The Black Lives Matter. George Floyd. Okay, thank you. Did I think it was that big of a deal? I mean, it shouldn't have been said. No, publicly. Is that Greg Glassman? Yes. Yeah, I think we've known that to be him. However, I think he could have just kept his mouth shut. Sometimes you just got to learn to, me and my therapist are working for me pausing, right? If you would have just paused for a second and thought about it.
God, you weren't live. It's just like one giant pause. I'm so happy that you did it that way. You'll tell them all about him or her.
Honestly, I think people made it into this big old thing, and people were leaving CrossFit. I remember Noah Ohlsen leaving CrossFit. Everybody was putting up their stuff.
Before we get too far off at Noah Ohlsen and that name, you wanted to talk about Noah.
I do. Poor thing. He tried so many years, and it just never.
So you're like a big Noah fan,
huh?
You're a Noah Ohlsen fan.
I am a Noah Ohlsen fan because I think he's genuinely a nice human being. I really do. But I don't think he's natural. Okay.
And if you want my first take on that, I don't think he is either.
He's just too perfect. Like, it's just I know I feel like I've seen enough CrossFit bodies to see where I'm like, no.
It's a whole circle of people you're in, right? And it's you need to have seen it happen, but it's like, oh, that person blew up, and then that person blew up, and then that person blew up, and it goes, how old are you, and how did that happen like that? And it's like, well, Guido Trinidad, Noah Ohlsen look almost exactly the same. And what did you guys both do? Gallon of milk a day? I've tried that. You know how much weight I gained? 30 pounds of fat.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's like, I just don't think it's natural. His abs are poke out like someone.
Well, some people have awesome inserts, so we can't.
But I don't want to hate on him. So if he sees this,
all the steroids in the world, and I'm not getting Noah Ohlsen level ab muscle. It's not.
You could do that again, and I'd be happy with that. But don't. We're being professional here.
Right.
Yeah. No, I just don't. I think he tried really, really hard, Hiller. I really do. I think he gave it a good run. I think it's time for him to retire.
He's going to, right?
Yeah, no, I was watching this video last night. And I think he got so close to beating Fraser that one year, but
you know what I now appreciate about you is that you stated that you don't think that he's natural and that you're still a fan of his.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. Like, who cares? This whole natty or not thing, like, people are like, oh, it's natural. It's like, oh, okay. Okay.
Well, the thing is, once you accept the fact that most people are getting away with a lot of crap, then you go, well, when they do end up getting caught, you just assume that they're dumb and hope they own up to it.
Well, we've never seen any of the top elite athletes get caught.
It's because they've either got the most money, they're the smartest, or I don't really think that they're being saved. That's never been a thing that I assume.
You don't think so? See, I think they're purposely left out of the pool to just because
no. They put up the test every so often, and it's like, hey, look at all these athletes that were clean. They just did it. It was maybe last week.
Do we see the lab reports?
Mr. Girl Mel. No, they don't show the labs.
They just put their names, right?
Oh, dude, if they showed the labs, we could have a field day. It's like, oh, yeah, there's no extra testosterone in any of these people. It's like, well, no crap.
I do think Fraser was clean though.
Of course you do.
I do think so.
Now, if you were an outsider looking in, what do you think?
He's clean. Look, he's just a normal human being.
Well, he's a normal human being who I just happen to make a shrine of.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Even with the light, that even shines up.
I like the light. Is that on purpose?
Yes, that's on purpose. Yes,
All
the
right.
lights can shine. But that is a signed shirt. So if he sees this and he wants to send me more, please do. I like your shirt too. I have your no rep shirt. I was gonna wear it, but then I thought that'd be like too funny if I wore your no rep shirt. But I like gear too. I know you have the other ones.
I'll be shirtless.
Yeah. So if you have other shirts, Hiller,
Send them your way.
Yeah.
Maybe Travis will hook you up. Travis is my guy.
Travis, let's get some t-shirts over here in St. Louis. I mean, I'm gonna try to get. I wonder if now I'm on here I can get a media pass. Do you know what I want to get on? I know you can help me with this. I want to get on with Savan because I feel like he talks a lot of crap, and I feel like I got out crap talk him.
You think you're gonna crap talk Savan?
Any day.
Interesting.
Any day.
It would be interesting because, well, at some point in here, you brought up the fact that you're the average gay CrossFitter. That's what you start off every TikTok with.
Yeah.
And the only openly gay CrossFitter that I know in CrossFit is Alex Smith.
Oh, I love Alex, but he's with somebody.
He's with Riley, I think is the guy's name.
That's great for them. I'm happy for them.
They're cool?
Sure.
Yeah? Oh, are you jealous?
No, not jealous. I'm just saying that, there's other options out there.
Your whole vibe changed when I brought that up.
Well, I mean, I'd rather have his brother Ben, but that's
oh, you like Ben?
I like him more rougher. So to be honest with you, like my favorites, who works out with at a training think tank. He has colored hair. What's his name? Jake. Yes, perfect. That's a perfect specimen of a human being.
He is jacked, and he's got an outside shot to make the games this year too.
I know. They were practicing for semifinals at their little training think tank camp. So
one more thing from you before we cut this thing off. I gave you a Cole Sager bit, and I don't think I've ever said anywhere that
Cole Sager.
I don't hate it, but just think if I had to choose somebody in the CrossFit space that I don't really vibe with, it would be.
Have you met him?
No, he can completely change my mind. And so can a lot of people. Everything that I ever say is completely without ever reaching out to them. It's kind of my shtick.
Yeah.
How
many people do you think hate you in the CrossFit space?
50-50.
I would agree, but like in a good way. So I know Mal blocked you, which is we can work on that. Right. But how many people have blocked you?
It's hard to know because unless I'm looking for them, I won't know.
Danielle Breeden, she hasn't blocked. She likes you, right?
No, I think we're on.
What about Katie Speegle? Did she block you yet?
No.
Really?
Because I'd make a whole video on it. I don't think she wants to give me that power, right? I'd be like, Danny Speegle finally blocked me on Instagram. She doesn't want to let me have it.
No, and it's good. It's good marketing for her.
Right.
And she's really good friends with Alex Smith too.
I'm an Alex Smith fan.
I was.
Question I had, and you said that there are people in your DMs that you saw commenting on my video about how you were showing your gayness.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. That one little tough guy. See, I don't do that tough stuff in there. He was like, don't let that guy be in, he be in your DMs. I'm like, haha, look, I'm in his video now. What are you doing, sir?
Oh, got it. Okay.
He was like, I guess if they were implying that like I was trying to hit on you, which I was. But I mean, at least I'm not lying about it. But they were saying some stuff. And I was like, well, why don't you send me your number? Not yours, the other guy. And he's like, you already have my number. I was like, no, I don't know what he's implying by that. But he never wrote back. So,
you know what? Just yesterday, I had a conversation with a couple of people. And it was about this guy who was buying a coffee. And he was in this area where there's a lot of gay dudes. And someone poked him on the shoulder. He goes, hey, just so you know, you're the most attractive guy in here. And he turns and he goes, I don't swing that way. Just leave me alone. and I was like, wait a minute. Why did you just say thank you? What?
That's what they all say. Let me just say that.
Well, who are they? The ones that are actually.
Oh, I don't want to give up my secrets, but let's just say there's a lot of people like, I don't swing that way. What are you doing later?
That's what I thought you were getting at with that comment, by the way. Like, hey, I actually.
I'm not an outer. I don't out people. So.
Okay, that's good. Me neither.
Yeah. Good. Just for anybody that's questioning, I'm willing to at least have that discussion with you as a social worker professional.
Professional, yeah.
As a professional.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Dude, this was fun, man. It was actually a lot more easier than I thought it was going to be.
Thought this would be hard.
No, I just thought you're actually like just like another human being, easy to talk to.
I think that's what I said in the text message, right?
Yeah, you did say that, but I was like,
to the day I die, I'm never going to be anything more than just some freaking dude.
Yeah. Are we going to have like a follow-up like after semis to discuss what happened?
Yeah.
Like a short one? I think it needs to be a series. I think we're going to really like it.
I'm always super curious on how the analytics are going to favor this. So I think it'll be good. It's going to totally depend on how I piece it together. It's going to be like fireworks, I hope. I'm going to start it off with that Noah Ohlsen bit, and then everyone's going, where do they say that? What are they talking about?
Oh, what do you put in as your little thingamajigger?
The thumbnail and the title? That'll have to come to me. This is my thing, you just used me to possibly put out an application for the community of people that you made.
Applications requested.
There you go. So in a way, you're using me, right? Which is cool. I like to be.
No, I mean, using is a strong word because I never thought I'd be on your show. But
no, that's cool. You're here, and you eat, please. But in return, I'm going to use you a little bit, and I'm going to go like Hiller and the average gay CrossFitter talk, or a gay CrossFitter and Hiller.
Love it.
We'll turn it into like some sort of a podcast show.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
It's like, I don't know. It needs to be something catchy like that. CrossFit HQ, you should probably listen because this is what people are saying.
Yeah, we're paying those fees. This is great. Oh my God, I called you Andrew. How do people call you Andrew?
Hiller, Andrew, whatever.
Okay.
Alexis calls me Andrew. Sometimes she calls me Hiller. Most people call me. And the people that I don't know from the internet, I'm Andrew. But everyone in the world that I run up to, it's Hiller.
Yeah, I just called you Andrew. So we're basically friends now. So
great. I'm an Andrew.
Okay, cool.
Please smash that like button, no one touches there, and I've seen legends.